Hello everybody, today I want to talk to you about bonsai substrates, but first of all, please subscribe to Bonsai's channel and don't forget to turn on that little notification bell. If you want to have a healthy bonsai, you need to understand this stuff, the bonsai substrate mixes. This is what I use. These are 7 types of bonsai substrates. I use all these 7 to mix various bonsai substrates. Of course, it depends on the species, on the pot. It depends on a lot of things regarding how you do your bonsai substrate mix. To have a healthy and successful bonsai, and the fact that the roots are such an important thing in bonsai, unfortunately you will need to learn what each and every of these substrates do, because otherwise you will not be able to do a bonsai substrate mix correctly and properly for each and every individual species of your bonsais. So you must form a mentality, and it's pretty easy if you follow some rules. Okay, so this is fired up clay, this is Kyodama, this is volcanic rock, this is Akadama, this is peat moss, this is perlite, and this is sphagnum dried up moss. Okay, sphagnum moss. So upon years and years and years of testing with bonsai substrates, I formed a mentality, because you need to form a mentality when it comes to bonsais. And also because the substrate is so important, you need to have a mentality. And the mentality is not that complicated. You just need to think of it like food, like preparing a meal for your child. Okay, so you will need a first ingredient, and on that first ingredient you will build the bonsai substrate mix. I use these two as my main ingredient for my bonsai substrate mixes, because I start from a tough, substrate. I start with aeration and then build up on the water retention. Okay, so this is Kyodama. This is made in the UK. For you guys that live there in the UK, it's very easy to get. It's not that cheap, but it's just amazing. It's fired up. It's very tough, so it won't break down. It's extremely good for aeration, and it's a very high quality substrate. And I think one of the best main ingredients, base ingredients for your bonsais. It's extremely good for your outdoor bonsais because it doesn't break down easily. This is volcanic rock. This is also good as a main ingredient. I use it. This also doesn't break down that easily, but it breaks down more easily than the Kyodama, and it's a little bit more on the wet side. It holds more water, but it's also very good. On these two, I build my bonsai substrate mix using the other 5. Okay, so let's start with this, which is also an exceptionally good substrate. This is fired up clay. This is the only one that it's not really inert. It's somehow alive. It's very extremely good, but it's also very hard to get. I cannot find it anywhere anymore, and I hope I will find it because it's extremely good. Also doesn't break up that easily, and holds quite an amount of water, but not too much, so I don't have to worry about this. But this is good on the micro level for the development of microorganisms, microflora, microfauna, because we need to have microorganisms into our pots. So this is quite an amazing substrate. Okay, getting on. This is of course Akadama, also very good substrate, but it breaks down quite easily. It holds up a lot of water, This is probably one of the most retentive water substrates in bonsai. It's extremely good. It provides a lot of aeration, not so much like this tree, but it's well balanced. It has it all. On the microscopic level, there's little tubes into it that the roots kind of grow into, so they get ramified. This is very, 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 very good bonsai substrate material. Let's talk about this. Okay, this is Perlite, no doubt about it. This is the most high retentive water bonsai substrate. It's used all over the place in gardening, and it's very, very light, very, very light. It holds up a lot of water, but this is very, very good for producing new roots. So if you have very, very young and juvenile bonsais, this is an extremely, extremely good bonsai mix. When your bonsai gets older and more developed, you will not be using this anymore. This is peat moss. This is a highly organic substrate, also very, very good for young trees. It holds a lot of water. It's pretty aerated, so it's not a problem. It just needs to be a high quality peat moss. Okay, this along with the perlite in 50-50 proportions are used for propagating roots on cuttings. This is the best mix between these two to propagate roots. And last but not least, this is the Sphagnum moss. This is the most high quality organic bonsai substrate. This holds up a lot of water, but it's also very, very aerated and it dries up pretty well. You need to chop it to be as small as possible, and the roots of the tree will be very, very happy when they get to this. This will break down completely in a couple of years, maybe 3, it depends. But this is very, very, very good, very high quality organic material for bonsai substrates. So today we've talked about each and every one of these substrate mixes that I use. I've told you there are more. There's things like pumice, but I don't use pumice that much, and also pumice is used more for coniferous bonsais, and I don't have that much of coniferous bonsais. So in the next video I will be talking about the extremes. So I will prepare the substrate for 2 species. This is a Portulacaria afra, small jade plant, okay, little jade, and this is a ficus. They're at the extremes because this needs a very high retention of water, and this on the other hand needs a very low retention of water. But there's a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a lot of things to take into consideration, not just the species of the tree. Thank you very much. Please don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.